Good afternoon, gang. Happy Tuesday to you. It's a beautiful day today. Blue skies. It's really nice and warm outside. A great day for you to take your sketchbook out on the porch and do some sketching and drawing. Today we are going to be drawing a garden cactus. I was inspired to do this because over the week I received a beautiful cactus as a birthday present, and so I love my cactus, so I wanted to create my own cactus and draw with you today. So as you can see, we're going to be drawing, and we're going to be designing our own pot to put our garden cactus in. So as we're drawing, think about the design you want to do down here, that repetitive design going all the way down. We use a lot of circles and ovals for our cactus. So this is a very easy, simple, relaxing drawing that we're gonna do today, and I thought this was a great one for the weather and a beautiful greens and bright colors for spring and for summer. So we're gonna get started. If you join in late, you can always go back and rewind and do this at a later time on your own, at your own convenience. But we're gonna get started. I would like you to get your paper, and as always, we're gonna put it the long way. Okay, and we're gonna get our pencil. Let's make sure our pencil is sharpened, and guess what? I forgot to sharpen my pencil. So I'm gonna do that right now. And think about your colors that you wanna make your flowers. You can remember that I give you the design, I give you the simple technique, and then you run with it and you create your own from that. So just because I make my flowers pink doesn't mean that you have to. You can make them rainbow colors. It seriously does not matter what you do. But we're gonna start, and like I said, if you look at your cactus here, okay, we've got our ovals, we've got our circles going in all different directions. You can actually feel that movement, and that's what you want. You want to get a nice groove going, a nice movement of the design, okay, movement of your cactus. Okay, all right, so also remember the Mother's Day vase that we did, and you breaking it up in the mosaic type look, that you can do that also on your vase or on your pot. So remember that I started this, so you can do that same technique there as well. Okay, all right, so I did a few different ones. We did the cactus. I did the cactus with my Cullion Heights students last week, and they did a fantastic job. So I cannot wait to see what you guys do. Okay, are we ready to start? Okay, so this is the middle of our page. We're gonna start a little bit below the middle because you want to have enough space up here to have your cactus grow, and you don't want to have to squish your cactus in. So the pot is not the main part of the picture your cactus is. So we want to start a little bit underneath the middle, a little bit below the middle. And what we want to do is keep our pencil marks light. I'm going to draw mine a little bit darker than normal so that you can see it. But what we're going to do is we're going to get that, make that oval shape. Okay, so in very sketchy, light lines. Get into the habit of sketching back and forth. Feeling that movement of your pot. Okay. Alright, so we've got our oval shape. And I always tend to make one side bigger than the other. So it's always a habit I have. Oh, I lost my eraser here. Hold on, gang. I gotta grab my eraser. Hold on, I'm coming. I just have to grab my eraser. I dropped it on the floor. Okay. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to start at the right side here. I want to put my pencil mark here, and I want to just take a curved line all the way down to the edge of my paper. So this is almost going to look like a mug in the beginning without the handle. Then I want to go to the other side, and I want to do the same thing. Alright, so we have our mug. Well, our pot, a flower pot, and I called it a mug because right now to me it looks like a mug, but it won't soon. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at this cactus, and I want you to look at it, and I just want you to see what you can, what kind of shapes you can pull from here. So what does it remind you of? Well, if I look at this, I see 3 ovals, circles, and it looks to me like the beginning of a snowman, like when we draw the snowman's body. Okay, we've got a big one down below, a medium size, then we've got like the head size. Okay, if I look over here, I've got like a melon shape down here, but then if I look up here, I've got an oval shape and 2 ears, which reminds me of what? This reminds me of Mickey Mouse. Okay, so it's almost like the shape of Mickey Mouse. And then placing these 2 top cactus bodies wherever we want them on top of the 2 ears. So just to give you a little bit of an idea and just to become a little bit familiar with how you're going to place your cactus by seeing and feeling the movement of a snowman and seeing this, Mickey Mouse, hidden Mickey Mouse face in there, that sort of then gives us a little bit better idea of how we want to decorate and how we want to design this space up here. Okay, so let's start with an oval shape here. All right, so you're not gonna see all of your cactus. You're only gonna see about half of it. Once you have it in and you have it where you want it, then this line right here, because our cactus is in front of our pot, this back grow this back line for our pot right here, we can then erase everything that is inside that circle. Okay? So we erase that. And then let's go over to the other side and let's make this circle shape, but let's make it just slightly taller and slightly wider so that it touches this cactus, but this cactus is still in front, so we're not going to see the rest of that line there. And this line right here, this pot line right here, this oval line that we made for the opening of our pot, we're not going to see that anymore either. So we can erase that line. Okay. All right, so now we can move on. So now, let's make our cactus. Let's finish this one over here. Now, this is totally up to you. I'm gonna make 3 towering one on top of the other. But if you wanna design it some other way, be my guest, okay? Because remember, this is your creation. I'm just giving you the technique and the idea, and you can run with it. If you have an idea in your head and you see it, and put it down on paper, baby. Okay? So I've got my cactus in there. Now I'm gonna go over to this baby here, and I'm gonna leave, I'm not gonna overlap this one. Maybe leave a little space in between there. And I'm gonna make an oval shape here. And then I'm gonna overlap a little bit. My ear is gonna overlap here. And then you can erase that line inside, anything inside your oval. Any lines that are in there, erase those lines. Because remember, this oval is in front of this part, this oval, or this circle here. So you're not gonna see that line there. And then we're gonna make another shape here, and mine is actually going to this time go off the page a little bit, and that's okay. Makes it look natural. Okay. Now when I say, you know, like Mickey Mouse face, you don't want to do a Mickey Mouse face. You just want to know that, like, okay, the face, and then 2 circles on each side. And then we can do another oval shape this way. And another oval shape this way. Okay. And then if you wanted, you could do some long, skinny triangles and curve those lines a little bit. Some of them in the back here. Okay. And if you didn't want them, I mean, if you don't want the leaves, you don't have to put those leaves in. But if you have some extra room on the side, you can always do that. So again, totally up to you and how many you want to add and where you want to add them. And if you wanted to put one or two here. You could do that. Totally in front of or behind. I think I'm going to do behind here because this one I want in front. There we go. That's what I want. These two I want behind. Okay. So see, you just got to play with it. Like keeping your strokes nice and light, you can very easily play with it. Okay. Okay. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're going to do the flowers on top of our cactus. Now, if you don't want flowers on top of all of them, you can do that. Wherever you want these flowers, what we're gonna do is we're going to make a teardrop shape right in the middle. Okay, like that. And then we're gonna curve like a triangle, but we're gonna curve our petal lines in. So we're gonna curve it out, curve it back in, like a crescent moon. Okay. And I love these flowers, so I like to make them a little bit bigger. Normally they wouldn't be so big, but I love making these flowers, so I want to give them curve them a little bit more and make them a tiny bit bigger than normal. It's beauty with art. You can do whatever you want. You're the artist. There's no right or wrong. Do what you feel makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy, put it down on paper. Okay, now we're gonna go to this. Now I have hardly any space here, right here. So I'm just gonna try to get a little baby flower in there. But again, 2 crescent moon shapes on each side. with a teardrop in the middle. And then one more. This one I'm going to make kind of skinny this time and close together. Okay. Remember, crescent moons, 2 on each side with a teardrop in the middle. So it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. I like it. Okay. All right. So now let's go down to our vase, our pot down here, and let's make a rim going all the way across. So we're going to make a curved line on each side, and then we're going to connect that curved line with another curved line. You can make your rim as thick or as thin as you want. Okay. And while you're sketching this baby out, think about the colors you want to make it. Okay. So now, let's make another curve here. And then another curve here to break up the space. And now you could do whatever you want in these spaces, okay? If you wanted to do a V shape, where you make V's or triangles the whole way across, connect them. You can do that. Very simple. If you wanted to make one little triangle inside each triangular shape, you can do that too. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is to break up the space a little bit, since I've got a lot of lines going on up here. I'm going to make a thin curved line here. Take that all the way across. And I'm going to do that again on the bottom. That thin curved line on the bottom here. And then if I wanted to do some mosaic shapes and just break up the space, adding whatever lines I wanted, wherever I wanted it. different directions. I can do that. So let's take a minute here and figure out how we want to do our design. And then down here, I'm going to do my V's again. Okay. Alright. There we go. Looking good. Okay. So alrighty. Okay. Now I've got a mosaic type style going on in the middle. I've got V's, triangles going on up here, and then repeating the bottom, the pattern down below. Okay. You could also do a brick pattern like this. And to do that brick pattern is very simple. You just take your not your bowl, take your pot and divide those lines, and then just straight lines down. And then when you get to that second row, you're going to go with each line in between those squares that you just made. And you're just going to keep going down, and that's how you can do the brick. Okay? All right. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we are going to make our lines and our V's for our cactus, but we're going to do that with our marker. So what I want you to do is, I want you to get a dark green marker if you have it. If you don't have dark green, you can get a dark green crayon, dark green colored pencil, whatever you want. And we're going to start by outlining our cactus. Okay, so let's take a minute here and outline. Okay, then we're gonna go over to this baby cat, or not baby cactus, but our, as I call it, Snowman Cactus. And we're gonna add those lines in over there. And then anybody that did some extra leaves. Outline those leaves. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to start, we're going to start with this side, or on our right side, bottom circle here. We're going to divide our circle in half. We're going to do a little curved line, slight curved line right in half. And then we're going to continue to make 2 lines curved on that way. 2 lines curved that way. Do it again. Slightly curved line down the middle. And curved lines on the one end. 2 curved lines. And you could do more than 2 if you wanted. There, I did 3 on that side. And then again, curved line down the middle. Curved line. And then a curved line. That end. And then you're going to repeat. Curved line, little curved line. Curved lines. Slight curve down the middle. And then curved lines. And when you get to the ears, these parts, these 2 parts up here, you can decide how you want the middle to go. So if I wanted the middle to be like right there, then I'd do it at an angle like that. And then my curved lines would be going in that direction. Okay. Curve. You don't want the curve to be too dramatic, but you want it just to be enough that it shows a little bit of a dimension, a little bit of it popping off the page. Okay. All right. So we got that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start, let's start where we started before, and let's make some V's going right down the middle. And you can make them as close together as you want, as far apart as you want, however you want them to be. And then when you get off to the edge here, half of that point is going to be out in the open. Okay, do you see that? See that right there? Half of that V is going to be out, sticking out, like it's going to prick your finger. So when you get to that outer edge, half of the V will stick out. And then you're just going to continue making your V's. And it doesn't matter again how many you have. But you just want to make sure that they stay on that line, that curved line that you made. And then you want to make sure that that last row that you've got going on, that you have some prickling out into the wide open. That's the important part right there. So the closer you have those lines, the closer the V's are going to be. The wider apart, farther apart you have your lines, the farther apart your V's are going to be. Okay, so some you might have close together, some you might have far apart, you might have some bare space. That's okay. All cactuses are different, none are the same. Okay. And then you would repeat, I'm not going to do this one, but you would repeat the same thing on this cactus right here. And you would do the same exact thing, going all the way around. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to decide that I would like to have pinkish, purplish flowers. So I'm gonna get move my cactus here for a second. I'm gonna get my pink. These are my Sharpies. I'm gonna get my pink and I'm gonna get my purple and I'm gonna get the darker of the color and I'm gonna outline my flowers. Okay. And then I'm gonna make this one pink. And then I'm gonna make this one purple. I love Sharpie markers. Okay. All right. Now, let's go down to our vase here. And let's decide what color we want our vase to be, this rim part here. So I think I'm gonna have this be like a turquoisey blue. So I'm gonna outline that in my teal. And I like all those straight lines to be this color. So I'm gonna do that there. And then I'm gonna go down to my third line here. And again there. And then I'm gonna get my orange to outline, go over my triangles, my big triangles with my orange. So I'm going to get my orange marker and I'm going to trace over my lines. And then I'm going to get my red. And I'm going to outline the rest of my pot with my red. And then those little baby triangles, I'm going to outline with my red. Make it a nice, bright, summery pot. I'm going to go down below and outline that. Okay, and then I'm going to get my purple again, and I'm just going to outline all these lines that I made here. Going to okay, now what do? We erase all those extra lines that we don't need. These lines up here where our leaves are and our cactuses. And see, we saved a great deal of time by just going over these lines and our V marks with just the marker instead of the pencil and then the marker. That is less marks for us to have to erase and have on our paper. So that worked pretty well. Alrighty, so now we get to color it in. So let's start with our cactus. So let's start with getting a light green and a dark green. And I'm going to divide this in half. There's two ways you can do this. You can make them all one color, or you could do what I did here, make one light colored and one dark colored. Okay, so you could make a lighter, one whole one, a light green, and one a dark green, or you can make them all light green and then just add some dark green to it for shadows. However you want to do it. I'm gonna show you my way of doing it here. So we're gonna start with our cactus. We're gonna start on the right side. And if you have a darker green, let's start coloring that dark green. And then let's go to the second row, or the second one here, and color that half dark green. And then the third one here. Green. There we go. Now what I want to do is then we're going to do the other half. Light green. And then we're going to do the top little guy up here, light green. And then I want you to get your dark green again, and right in the middle, very lightly glaze over. Blending the two together. And as you keep going over to your left, you're just going to lift up on it and get lighter and lighter. Until it's been blended. You're going to do the same thing. So right on that middle part, you're going to blend those two colors together. And then you're just going to get lighter. Okay. Blend those two. So this is an easy way of doing the shading. Okay. Then we'll go over here and do the same thing. We're going to go back to doing half and half. So, half of this. And then we're going to do half of this. And remember, this cactus doesn't have pricklies, but yours will. So remember to do that before you do the green. And then we're going to do half. On this side. And then half this side. Yeah, I forgot. Half on this side. Half on that side. And then we're gonna get our yellow, or yellow, our light green. We're gonna color the rest of ours. And you know, you could use some yellow if you wanted. You could add some yellow to your cactus, to the highlights, the lighter side of it, if you wanted to. And then we're going to go back and get our darker green. And go over the middle part with our darker green. We're not pushing too hard. We're just skimming over it, blending those two colors together. And then lifting up on it as we go over to the left side. And we'll come up here, continue moving on to this middle one here, and then come over, lifting up on it as we go all the way over, or not all the way over, but a little bit more over to the lighter side. And don't forget, shadow down on the bottom too. Shadow down here too, gang, to show that it's inside the pot. So you're going to see a little dark shadow there. And we're going to continue on, finishing our cactus. looks. I love it. Shading's my favorite. I think I told you that. But it is. I love shading. So now once we're done with that, look how nice that cactus looks. I love it. So now after we're done with that, then we're gonna go and we're gonna get our magenta color or whatever color you did to make your flowers. And I'm gonna color my flowers in here. And then I'm gonna get the one side here, just hit it just a little harder. Like that. I'll go with my purple, color my purple in. And then I'm going to go back just on the one side. Like that. And then we're going to do it on this side. Okay. Now with my dark, if I have a teal, if you have a teal or a turquoisey blue, on just the one side, you could come over here and just give it a little tiny bit more of a dramatic shadow if you wanted. You don't have to do this, but if you wanted to, just do that dark line and then blend that out like that. Let's do a dark line. Blend it out. Gives it more of a pop that way. You could do some right underneath each little cactus there to show the separation. Okay, if you wanted. That just gives it a little bit more of a pop. And it's really up to you how far you want to take that. If you didn't want to add a shadow, you don't have to. Those of you that do want to add one, that's just all you do. And then just make sure you do a little bit of darker down here so that it looks like it's going in the pot. There. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to then take your crayons and color in your vase, or your pot, your flower pot here. Remember, use your whole arm. You'll get less tired that way, instead of using all the energy in your wrist. Hold that wrist in place. Move that arm. Okay. And then you want to do some shadow, just a little bit darker. On the side. Not a whole lot of shading will go into your vase here, or flower pot. And then you'll add your colors next for your vase. Or your flower pot. Oh, keep calling it a vase. Okay. And then, get my orange here. I'm just going to show you with the top ring here what to do. So we're going to add our orange here. And then get our red, or whatever color you chose. Color a big triangle part red now. And then those little triangles, I was going to do red and orange, but I'm going to do purple because I want to bring that purple in. So I'm going to grab my purple here and color my purple in. These little triangles. These colors are really great together. And then this medium, or this middle part, you can color them in whatever color you want. and just start coloring in your mosaic shapes until it starts to look like this. Okay, so each shape would be a different color, so you don't have two the same colors side by side. So that's what you would do here. So just spread out your oranges where you want them. And then I'm going to get I'm going to get a magenta color here. Do that. And it's not touching. And just keep coloring until you finish. Okay? And then when you get to your background, you can decide what you want to do. I was just going to make it sit on a table. This would have been the tablecloth. You could add clouds and the sun back here. You could, you know, do whatever. Make it a nice sunset with the yellows, oranges, and reds if you wanted to. So just to make it stand out more. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And then you have this when you're done. Okay, now I did do this part in marker when I did it the first time, but then I really almost dried out my marker, so that's why I didn't demonstrate with my marker again, because it's almost dried out. But that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed our cactus today. We have one more free class, the last quarantine class, on Thursday at 1. And then I'll be talking a little bit more in depth about camps and what I will be doing over the summer to get me through summer till we get to fall. So I hope you tune in and join in with me on Thursday. All right, gang, we'll go outside and enjoy that beautiful weather, and I will see you back here at 1 o'clock on Thursday, okay? Have a great day.